Hey guys, welcome back to Me Watch a Movie, you fucksticks McGregortons.
Oh, McGregortons.
Yeah.
I knew it was fucking you that set fire to the McGregor's house.
New Halloween update. Is it a good one? I don't know.
It makes me feel kind of weird, Jim. McBride came out with a new interview on Yahoo talking about the latest thing going on with Halloween. And really what the article itself is titled is I just don't want to fuck it up, which is a good thing that you think when you click on it, you're like, okay, good. But what he basically is going on to say in this film, or in this interview, is he's saying that, pretty much what we already know, that they're erasing all the stuff of Halloween 2 on, and it's going to be Halloween 1 after that, but he says with a slightly different twist, or a little slightly different ending to the original one. Now that's where people go, let me think about this.
Holy shit.
I don't like what you're doing here, Jim, because you can't fuck with the original. You can't fuck with our Kool-Aid. That's our Kool-Aid, motherfucker. And he knows that, and I don't know what that means. Now they did say, I think somewhere in the article, about an alternate time set, an alternate reality, and I think a lot of us fans have agreed that if they're just going to discount all the other ones and just kind of have it be its own thing, you can make it an alternate reality. But when you're going back and fucking with the 78 classic in any slight way, you're fucking rubbing my nipples the wrong way, Sir Walter, and I don't like it.
That's the darkness right there. Because a lot of people were upset originally that they're going to discount even Halloween 2 and go on from there. And that's a whole nother discussion. We did that in another video. But that's the little fucking clip here that really changes things, that makes people scared. It makes me scared deep into the night when I'm wearing my
thongs.
Is he says... it picks up after the first one, but it's sort of an alternate reality. It's as if the first Halloween ended in a slightly different way.
See, what
does that mean?
I don't like that. It's chicken turkey! Because the way that the first Halloween ended, where Loomis shot him, and he fell off the banister, and then he disappears into the night as the badass that he is, and he's just breathing behind the mask, and they're all looking for him. It's such a great ending. I don't know what you gotta fuck with, because we're going back to the fact that McBride was talking about, well, is he human? Is he supernatural? So if you're gonna twist it, or he said slightly different, which makes it seem it's not gonna be a huge significant change, but what they could do, and I hope to God they wouldn't do this, but where maybe Laurie stabbed him with the fucking thing in his neck, and that was enough for him to like jump out the window and disappear into the night that way. And
I'm trying to keep a positive spin on it because I'm really excited that this movie is even existing, because we could be in Friday the 13th purgatory and we're not. But when you talk about, it's hard for me to get there, man. If you're gonna actually change the ending to the original Halloween, which the obvious thing that it makes you think is, okay, they want to make him mortal. Now they're mentioning they're gonna change the ending, so they're gonna make it to where he doesn't get shot. They're literally going to change the classic ending of the fucking be-all horror movie.
That is where I'm the biggest concerned about, because I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Because if he's going with this bullshit mortal bull, I mean, guys, get the fuck... I don't understand the idea behind making that somehow is scarier. I don't understand that. But either way, that's exactly probably what they're going to do. And then it follows up with him saying, I just don't want the fans to be really fucking pissed at me. That's what bothers me, is the fact that he says they're going to, it'll be a slightly different ending. And he's like, I just don't want the fans to be fucking pissed at me. I was like, what did you do? I felt like I was in Ghostbusters, like, what did you do, Ray?
That's what, because the exact quote is, he goes on to say, I just hope that we don't fuck it up and piss people off. This is such a diehard fan base. You don't want horror fans being your enemies because they show up at your house with masks on. But let me play devil's advocate for a second. And again,
you're not Al Pacino.
I'm not bitching, and I don't want to bitch, because again, I'm excited this movie's coming out. I'm keeping a positive mind spin on it. But let's say that they do. Let's say that they fuck with it and they change it. Maybe they still have all the classic shots in there, because you can't refilm Loomis or anything, right? I mean, you can't.
If they take Loomis out of it,
I don't think they have enough money behind this film to CGI and place Loomis. So I think that's out. But maybe he does shoot him off the balcony, and then just that last shot of hearing Michael breathing and not knowing where he is, maybe they literally pick up from there and change a couple things. No. And I think that's fine.
No, I don't. Like, it wouldn't have been that significant for him to have to even say that.
And playing devil's advocate, let me just say this: maybe they do fuck with it, and they don't have Loomis shooting, like you said. They just have him get the eyes gouged out with the hanger, and then get the pin in the neck, and obviously he could survive that. Let's say that
I said obviously.
It's possible to survive that, but. Let's say they do change it. They change it. They actually make they fucking just gut it and they change that ending. But this Halloween ends up being really fucking good.
It's possible. I'm not saying I think it's possible.
How do you feel then?
I think it's a possibility, and I want to keep positive about it too. That there is a small window that it can still be good, and like not even a small window. There is a good chance that this could be a really, really well done Halloween movie, and that's what I want. You know, I think he said in the interview later on even that he said he wants a straight up horror film that gets in people's head where they keep thinking about it, and right now they're watching all the films and trying to see where it took a left turn. That's fine. That's all good and dandy. I'm just not liking the fact that you go back and fuck with something that's that original and classic. Like, not even playing devil's advocate. I'm like, look, you can do whatever you want to do in your own movie, and you want to fuck with it, make him human, make him plug and play pom-poms, and I hate that. But if you want to do that, fuck it. You know, it's your world. Don't fuck with something original. Now, when he says slight difference at the end, I'm saying he says slight.
Yeah.
So it may not be that significant. Maybe we're just, you know, being fangirls right now and like milking our tits early. But I'm just worried because he didn't say a significant change to the end. Because if he had said significant change, then I'm thinking at that point, then yes, maybe Loomis died early or whatever the fact. But even a slight change would be where he didn't get shot.
And that's
also a slight change.
Also, like you said, that it is kind of concerning that maybe now we're coming up, and I was starting to get worried because nothing was coming out. Like, dude, you have to start filming really fucking soon.
Yeah.
And he's wrapping up Vice Principals, so maybe that's what's holding it up, and they're getting ready to shoot like right now. But it does kind of scare you a little bit that right here, like right before tip off, he's going, I really don't want to piss people off. He start maybe getting cold feet. That's scary. And what else we learned is that he goes on to say, like, horror movies pretty much don't scare me anymore. It's like roller coasters. They used to scare me when I was a kid. They don't now. So I want to make something that actually scares me. That to me is a positive thing because he's going to go balls out and really try to do something differently here.
It's kind of one of those things though. Like when you write a paper or you're doing anything in your life, right, and you think it's really fucking good when you're first doing it initially, right, and you're working with the guy that's gonna, and you both are doing it, and this is gonna be the greatest project ever. But then you really start looking at it and be like, oh fuck, I don't want anybody to get pissed off because now I'm rereading it and I don't know.
We've done some shit here, Greg.
I'm gonna put this diaper out.
And
Does
also,
it stink?
he may not have realized how rabid the fans of the original were.
Yeah.
Because once this was announced, all of us came out and were like, holy fucking shit.
We motherfucking snap the turtles.
Fucking shit.
We will bite your
We
tits
all
off.
got really excited, and he might have thought, oh fuck, people are getting pissed because we're talking about changing the sequels. Maybe they're not going to be into this. Who knows? But something else that people have brought up is, well, Carpenter's involved. He's not going to fuck up his original movie. And I want to talk about this for a second because I'm getting some strange feelings deep in my underpants.
Oh God, you need to get that checked out by a doctor. It's called herpes.
When it comes to John Carpenter, because there's no doubt that the guy is one of the greatest horror directors of all time. If you look at the classics under his belt, and I appreciate that Halloween exists, and I appreciate everything about John Carpenter. I've always loved John Carpenter films, 100% behind it. Mm-hmm. But some of the stuff that's come out about him lately, I've just been kind of like, I don't know. There was an interview that came out a while ago where he was just like on people redoing his films, talking about Big Trouble in Little China and stuff like that.
I don't like that.
Where he said he was basically like,
I love that movie.
Do whatever you want. Just make sure you cut me a check. I don't care what you do with my film properties as long as I'm getting paid. And that made me go, fuck. Is he only into this Halloween thing because they're gonna pay him?
Well, look. I'm gonna say, look. I love John Carpenter. I love Big Trouble in Little China. I love Halloween. I love The Thing, even though the remake. We've talked about this before. At what point does it not become the artist's, vision anymore? If it becomes us, it becomes the people that have made this thing survive as long as it has.
Yeah. Well, there's that whole thing, and there's the story about him saying, "Just pay me, I don't care." And it makes you wonder how much money's involved.
Fuck you!
With
Give me the money.
Him
Fuck
being a producer on this.
Fucking
And then the second thing that it's just a succession of things with Carpenter who I love and adore again, but that's rubbed me the wrong way recently. And then you got the whole Danielle Harris story, where she says basically she was upset she wasn't cast in this, and she found out they were casting, Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, and she was upset because none of them had anything to do with it. She also mentioned in that she met John Carpenter once. She said, "I've never even met Jamie Lee Curtis." Like, Danielle Harris carried this franchise when all the originals didn't give a fuck about it anymore. Like, she has always loved this. It's not been about a paycheck for her. She's really loved this franchise. And then she comes out and says that she did meet John Carpenter once, and he was like, who are you? And she's like, I was in the Halloween films. And he was like, as what? And she was like, I'm an actress. And she's like, that was the end of the conversation. And basically, it sounded like he just kind of wrote her off like, I don't really
Well, I think that kind of goes back, that's kind of the Wes Craven thing. Wes Craven was never really a fan of the Nightmare films after the first one, except the third one and the seventh one. But now I will say that Danielle Harris, she definitely, I think, deserved to be in the movie. I mean, at least at some point. But, if McBride was trying to say, I want to go fresh, I want to go completely new, and I gotta do this. Like, I gotta wipe this clean so I have something different to work with. I can understand that. Now, it sucks for her and everybody else that loved that. I loved Halloween 4. I even liked 5 for some parts of it, but you know, you got to go with that. Now, I mean, I might have done things a little differently if Mike and I had been writing the script. I might not have erased every fucking part of the lore. I might have kept things in and added some things in it. But either way, look, this is why it's scary. It's just because if he's saying that there's a slightly different ending to the first one. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, as far as people going, well, John Carpenter's involved, he's not going to let him fuck with it too much. I don't have as much faith in that as I would have 2 months ago, is basically what I'm saying. So, basically, I want to stay positive about it. I'm still excited for the fucking movie. I really don't think they're going to change Myers getting shot. I don't think they're going to go that far in it. I think they may just change the very last section of it.
What about this? I just now thought of it. I don't know if it would be what you guys would consider a slight difference, because to me it would be a major fucking disastrous difference. But what if they took out the fact that Loomis wasn't even there and Laurie shot him 7 times instead of Loomis?
Yeah.
That Loomis never existed in the fucking franchise, or no, because you look at it. Because Loomis, if that makes your fucking tits hurt. But if Loomis didn't exist, or he died early on, or just was a nameless guy that treated Myers and then Myers escaped and you didn't see him, and Laurie was the one that shot him 6 times and he fell out the window. And they would say that's the slight change because they can't figure out how to put Loomis in the, don't touch it, they can't figure out how to put Loomis in the sequel. That could be what they, and dude, if they fucking said that was a slight change, that's some bullshit, because Donald Pleasance and Dr. Loomis was so fun, but that could be the slight change.
I don't think they do this. Let me last thing I want to say is this. Let's give it a chance, guys. I know there's a lot of negativity going around, and I understand it. I completely understand it. But if they didn't take this, and Blumhouse and all the people involved didn't take this and really have passion behind it and want to make this movie, we'd be still in the dark. We'd be in Nightmare on Elm Street territory and Friday the 13th
We'd be in limbo hell.
We'd have nothing going on. These guys really want to do something. They want to take it. It doesn't seem like most of the people in it are in it for the money, and they really do want to do something special here. So let's just, like, if we can, just try to look,
hands.
Let's look at it positively. Just be glad that we're getting a fucking Halloween movie. Hope for the best and save our vitriol and hate for after. Let them do their vision, just like with the Danielle Harris thing. Like, she deserves to be in it, and I hate that she's not in it, and I understand where she's coming from. But then again, this is the people involved with it. This is their art project. This is what they want to do. This is their vision for it. So we have to respect that and at least see what the product is. Again, maybe they change with it and they fuck up some shit that we would never imagine them to fuck with. But then the movie ends up being the second best Halloween movie of the entire franchise. It's a possibility. Who knows?
You talk about bold strategy, Cotton.
Whatever they're going to do, they've already decided on. The script's been made. They're getting ready to shoot. It's already going to happen. We're not going to stop anything. So what I would do and what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to look at this thing with rose-colored glasses. I'm going to say I'm excited for it. I'm still hyped for it. I'm going to let them work and do what they're going to do. And I'm going to try not to bitch too much and hope for the fucking best.
Well, I'm on board with you, Cotton. And I'm going to tell you something else, and I agree with you. I think that the best strategy to do is to go in and have an open mind about it and not to bitch about every single thing that comes out. We're just addressing this. This is all we were doing. It sounds like we're bitching about it, but we're just addressing it.
We're just doing that. You better not.
Yeah, we're just trying
we're
trying to give you the warning signs that you may need to see a doctor. But that's all we're doing right now. And at the end of the day, though, it is so fucking badass that we have this to look forward to next year. Like, next year, guys, we're going to get, in October, a Michael Myers Halloween fucking rebirth. We're going to have something to go to the theater and be like, oh my god, we're getting ready to watch Michael Myers. Hold the beer. It's going to do really well, I hope. I think it's going to do really well. And then once it does well, then the studios are going to get the green light to fucking go ahead and make the Michael Myers movies that we want, that we need. So,
and on an even brighter spot, if the movie sucks and they ruin shit and it's terrible, but it makes a fuck ton of money at the box office,
that's all I need.
Then we're gonna get Halloween 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they go their own route, erase fucking Busta Rhymes. Fuck that motherfucker. Trick or treat, motherfucker. Settle on these.
Comment down below with your all's thoughts. We love your fucking faces. I really want to know what you guys think below, so comment, let us know. We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. It gets some goddamn wham, baby, Michael.
Oh, fuck.
That was a kind of a redneck Michael.
I know. Michael.
Get some wham, baby, Michael.
Michael.
God damn you, Michael.
Michael.